Ford's $250 million failure due to wrong project timing.
$440 million disaster of Knight Capital. How unrealistic the deadline must be.
Lessons of the crucial role of resource management from Airbus' $386 billion setback.
Are those failed projects making you worried? Well, not anymore. Whether you're a project manager, team leader, or simply interested in the process of project estimation, this video will provide you with valuable insights and tips for accurate and efficient estimation. So let's dive in. First, let's discuss the factors that influence the quality of estimates. The accuracy of estimates depends on several key factors. Let's take a closer look at each of these. The planning horizon refers to the time frame for which the estimates are being made. Generally, short-term estimates tend to be more accurate than long-term ones. This is because long-term estimates are subject to more uncertainties and changes. Project complexity is another crucial factor. When a project involves new technology implementation or has a poorly defined scope, it can be challenging to accurately estimate the time and cost involved. The skills and familiarity of the individuals making the estimates also play a significant role in their accuracy. It's important to involve experts who have experience with the specific task to provide estimates based on their knowledge. The choice of project management structure can also affect time and cost estimates. Dedicated teams may be faster but more costly, while matrix environments may be more cost-efficient but potentially slower. It's common for individuals to add extra time or cost as a safety margin to reduce the risk of delays. However, this can lead to inflated project durations and costs over time if everyone does it. The culture of the organization can also influence the importance placed on accurate estimates. In some organizations, padding estimates may be encouraged, while in others, it may be discouraged. Lastly, non-project factors like equipment downtime, holidays, vacations, and legal limits can also affect project estimates and priorities. It's essential to consider these factors when making estimates. Now, let's move on to the guidelines for estimating times, costs, and resources. These guidelines can help ensure more accurate and realistic estimates. Firstly, it's crucial to involve experts who are familiar with the specific task and have experience in it. This could be frontline supervisors or experienced technicians.
Involving multiple individuals with relevant experience and knowledge can also minimize bias and lead to more realistic estimates through consensus. When making estimates, it's important to base them on usual conditions, efficient methods, and typical resources. This ensures consistency and alignment within the organization. It's also essential to choose and maintain consistent time units, such as calendar days or work days, early in project development to avoid confusion or discrepancies. Treating each task independently when estimating can help avoid overly optimistic estimates. It's also recommended to set aside a separate contingency fund to address unforeseen events rather than including contingency allowances in work package estimates. Lastly, it's crucial to identify and quantify time and cost risks for tasks, enabling stakeholders to consider alternatives and avoid surprises. Breaking down estimates into optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic scenarios can help with better risk management. In conclusion, accurate and efficient estimation is crucial for the success of any project. By considering the factors that influence the quality of estimates and following these guidelines, you can ensure more realistic and achievable estimates. Let's continue with top-down approaches. These methods are used at a strategic level to evaluate project proposals when information is unavailable during initial phases. One example is the consensus method, where senior and middle managers estimate project duration and cost through a meeting. While this can be helpful in developing a plan, it may be off-target due to lack of detailed information or unrealistic expectations. Another top-down method is the ratio method, which uses ratios to estimate project times or costs. This is commonly used in the concept phase, such as estimating the cost of a house based on square feet. The apportion method is an extension of the ratio method and is useful for projects closely following past ones, using historical data to estimate project duration. In the software industry, function point methods are often used to estimate software development projects. These methods use weighted macro variables, adjusted for complexity, to provide a basis for timing labor effort and cost. Historical data from past projects is also used in this approach. On the other hand, bottom-up approaches, also known as micro-methods, are usually more accurate than top-down methods. One example is the template method, where past similar projects are used as a template to estimate costs and times for a new project. Adjustments are made to reflect differences in the new project, helping firms develop a potential schedule and budget quickly. Parametric procedures, such as cost per square foot, can also be used to estimate specific tasks within a project. This is helpful for tasks like converting workstations or estimating materials for a remodel. For projects with significant uncertainty, range estimating is a useful method. This involves estimating work packages with a range of possible times and costs, which can then be refined and moderated to manage risks. A hybrid approach, known as phase estimating, combines top-down and bottom-up methods. This is commonly used in high uncertainty projects and involves detailed estimates for the immediate phase and macro estimates for remaining phases. This offers customers the opportunity to change features or cancel the project in each phase, making it useful for projects with significant uncertainties. When it comes to choosing between a top-down or bottom-up approach, or a combination of both, it is important to consider factors such as complexity, uncertainty, and availability of information. While top-down estimates are quick and simple, they may be less accurate and overlook critical details. On the other hand, bottom-up estimates are more accurate and account for specific requirements, but they are time-consuming and require extensive information. Next, we have analogous and parametric techniques. The analogous technique uses historical data from similar projects to estimate time and cost, while the parametric technique uses mathematical models or formulas based on specific variables. When deciding between the two, it is important to assess data availability, reliability, and project characteristics. Another important consideration is whether to use a three-point or single-point technique for estimating costs. The three-point technique takes into account variability and uncertainty by using 3 estimates for each activity, while the single-point technique uses a single estimate based on judgment or experience. The choice between the two will depend on factors such as the level of uncertainty, available data, and risk tolerance. Now let's talk about the different types of costs that project managers need to consider. Direct costs are costs that are directly attributable to a specific work package in a project and must be paid as the project progresses. Direct project overhead costs, on the other hand, are associated with the resources of the organization that are being used in the project, such as the salary of the project manager. Resource scheduling is the process of identifying when project resources are needed and allocating them based on factors such as capacity planning and resource availability. The purpose of resource scheduling is to ensure that there is no over or under allocation of resources at any point in the project. To effectively schedule resources, there are several guidelines that project managers should follow. That's all for today's video on guidelines for estimating time, costs, and resources in projects. See you in the next video.